Alright, this is the snowfall, heavy snowfall. Puppy, look at me. I want to show everybody your face. This is what we're dealing with. Rupert, come here. Let's show everybody your face. Hey, look at me. It's February 25th. It's actually cold, so which is good for this snow because it's still very dry snow. So it's easy to shift, or easier. But I don't know, we could get a ton of it. And they say 20-25 centimeters at the airport, so we usually get a lot more than that. And when I say a lot more, we might get 35 or 40. And we've had quite a bit already, so in here it's a little muted. Okay, let's talk fast. Watched a podcast yesterday which got me motivated to do some yoga again. I did yoga 2 years ago for a whole month with yoga with Adrian. But this guy, he's a really good runner and just a really good dude. And he was talking about how one thing that's helped him with his various injuries was doing yoga. So I'm gonna do yoga today. Oh, so hopefully that makes a difference because I just have a lot of aches and pains. Oh, and I think yoga will help. Slept so well, man. I woke up to this, did a bit of shoveling, but it's kind of pointless. Like actually right now you go like, why? But look through there. If you can hear those birds, they're pine siskins. Okay, I'm going to talk to you about inflation. This is my rant. I was talking to somebody about this yesterday and they don't understand it because they watched the news. Okay, so specifically with groceries and Loblaws. So Loblaws this week announced their profit. They made over 500 million in the last quarter. Actually about $6 million a day they made. And so obviously the consumer is going out and buying stuff with decent margins on it. But the CEO of Loblaws, who I think does a really good job because his PR is excellent. He talks about holding the price on President's Choice brand stuff, which is their generic brand. And that's low margin stuff, so he looks like he really cares about the consumer, which he really, deep down he cares about the shareholder. So one of my points is you should buy Loblaws stock because this idea that, cucumbers for $4.50, you think that's ridiculous. Well, it's like Canucks tickets. The building's sold out, the cucumbers sell out. So the consumer, the guy that's buying those cucumbers is not a person living paycheck to paycheck or whatever. The demand meets the price. So if you own that business, what would you do? But you watch TV and they're, oh, struggling Canadians. Well, those struggling Canadians have always been, or have been struggling Canadians before the inflation came in. It's just worse for them. And they didn't have discretionary income. They couldn't go on holidays. They, all this stuff that they make it sound, oh, we're gonna. But the politicians of all parties will try to give you the idea that they're in control by manipulating interest rates to control inflation. And they don't care. Because the guys that vote are people that have decent amounts of money. They have less because they have to spend more on their groceries or fuel. But, the highways are busy. If you go to a grocery store on a Saturday afternoon, I would imagine it's pretty packed. And people might cut back. I'll tell you what, I don't buy a cucumber for $4.50, but it's not because it's $4.50, it's because it tastes awful. You live in Canada in February and you're buying a cucumber. The thing looks like a cucumber, but it tastes terrible, or it just has no taste. So anyway, I just found that annoying. They make so much money and it's all under the guise of like, oh my God, like, this idea that the average guy is just making it each week and now this is going to put him over the edge. Sure, there's got to be a very small amount of people where that is the case, but that's not typical. Okay, we're gonna end on this. I told you I got a lot of sleep, so my rant is just my rant. I'm not in a bad mood. I just find it amazing how people just buy into all that crap, that expensive crap.